This is how my minifigure stand used to look. What you see here is 2 rows of 7 slightly modified brick-fold minifigure display stands. I'll have the instructions for them in the description. I think this looks great, but there were 3 main problems with this setup. Firstly, the top row was uneven, which meant the last 2 couldn't connect to the rest, which is obviously an issue. Secondly, the spacing between the rows are inconsistent at the point where the 2 bigger rows meet. As you can see on every row, the minifigure in front covers a bit of their legs at most, except in the middle row where the minifigures in front almost completely cover them. And finally, adjusting the row on the back is just a pain in the ass because the boxes and the stands just slide about and never sit in place. So I went into Bricklink Studio and went about designing a support structure made of Lego to strengthen the stand and to just make it more consistent all throughout. I also went ahead and designed 2 huge bookend type walls for each end of the full stand so that the support build wouldn't be visible from the sides. I parted out the build into Bricklink, then manually picked out the pieces on Lego's Pick-a-Brick on their website. This was just to make sure that all the pieces I got were brand new and I didn't have to worry about insane shipping charges from multiple different sellers and all that. If you're interested in doing this yourself, the biggest deterrent would definitely be the price. This endeavour cost me €250 for the 7 supports and the 2 bookend builds. This works out at around 10 to 15 per support and maybe 30 for each bookend piece. But this would definitely be cheaper if you order from Bricklink, and especially if you live in a country like America where you have loads of sellers all around you, so delivery wouldn't cost too much. But the pieces eventually arrived anyway in 2 huge bags, one of which was just the 2x4 bricks. There's around 1,300 pieces all stuffed into this bag, which meant it was very heavy and also a huge pain in the ass to sort them and put the builds together. I had to hand pick out every single piece one by one and organize them into piles, otherwise I'd be sitting there trying to find the piece I need for like 3 years. It took about 2 or 3 hours, but I eventually got everything sorted, and this is what my desk looked like at the end of all that. Putting it together was fairly annoying too, because I didn't bother to make instructions. It was my first time using Studio for a real life project, so I didn't have the foresight to make it easier on myself. If you wanted instructions, for whatever reason, I made these schematics for the build. It's a really simple build really, it's just a box, so it's really flexible in terms of which pieces you use wherever. For example, in this area I had a 1x1 brick, then a 1x10 brick, then another 1x1 brick, but that could easily be a single 1x12 brick, or 2 1x6 bricks, or a Technic brick, or whatever you want. It doesn't even need to be black pieces, the whole substructure is hidden in the end anyway. Here's the whole thing assembled, sitting on my desk to give you a sense of the scale of the thing. And here's a before and after of the whole thing after I put it back on the shelf. Was it worth it? Probably not. So yeah, if there's any soul out there in the extremely specific situation that I was, then I hope this helped you somehow. Thanks for watching. Farewell.